Hi, Wes Hamilton with another insight for you. This is insight number 16, and I call this life-changing events. Oh my gosh. As most of us know, life does not just run along smoothly and continue to get better every day. Sometimes it does if you're doing a lot of personal development work. However, before we start becoming masters of who we are, we have a lot of training periods going on about who we are and what we're here to do. And we're going along fine. Typically, we find there's things that we can overcome. We're used to dealing with obstacles. We're good problem solvers. However, all of a sudden, out of the clear, something might change drastically in your life. Not because you did anything wrong. It's just that numerology tracks life-changing events. It's pretty amazing. Some of the obvious ones are in the late 20s, early 30s. That's your first big life-changing event. And you've been doing something since birth up to your late 20s, early 30s. And then all of a sudden things change. And numerology will track what year that's going to be for my life. Everything is going along fine and up to age 35. And life changed in a really good way. I became a licensed real estate agent and took on a whole new lifestyle, totally different than anything I've ever done before. And it's been amazing. However, one of the major changes that happens that we've got to pay a little more attention to is what society calls the midlife crisis. That's somewhere between age 42 and 47. And during that particular time, all of us go through a big, I'll call it a wake-up call. It's trying to get our attention. And when I say it's, the universe, God, our higher self are trying to get our attention to wake up and get a little more focused on who we are here to be and who we are here to be doing. So whenever the numbers show up, they call it a pinnacle in numerology. And a pinnacle means something that's coming that you got to pay attention to. And usually it's pretty good news. Sometimes it's just a lifestyle change. And it'll show you, are there any challenges with that? Sometimes there are, sometimes there aren't. So if you are prepared for those and you know what year you're in and what month and what your new pinnacle is, you've got a lot of information that you can readjust, land on your feet, and get back in the flow of things. So most of my calls come from people that are in their middle 40s, somewhere between 42 and 47. So that's the first wake-up call. There are more. There's another one, 52 to 56, 57. That's what they call the critical wake-up call. Yeah, I had a big life-changing event happen then. We'll talk about that maybe in another insight. But if you're prepared, which I wasn't, I didn't know about numerology when this stuff was going on. If you're prepared, you can make adjustments, things will change, and you won't miss a beat with your happy-go-lucky life. So it's really good to get a numerology reading frequently. And that's my favorite tip, get a numerology reading frequently. More tips coming soon.